Welcome back. It's me, Atuba. How are you doing today? Good, I hope. Oh, this is a get ready with me. Check it out. Finished look. Fucking glam, dude. Why are windshield wipers so expensive? They're not some fancy technology. There's no need for them to cost as much as they do. And when researching it on a Honda forum, I found out that, like, if you have a Honda, you don't even have to ever replace your windshield wipers. You can just go to the dealership and they'll give you new little inserts for the blades you already have. So you just need to replace the rubber squeegee part. But if you've already replaced them, you're fucked. Fuck windshield wipers, dude. I need new ones. I've needed new ones since I got the ones I have, because when I got them, they were trash. I need to get my boyfriend new ones too. But you know what? I've decided I'm not going to talk about my boyfriend anymore, because I don't like watching other people talk about their boyfriends. I really, yeah, I don't care. I don't care about this man I don't know. And y'all don't know this man. Oh yes, ordered groceries online and driving to go pick them up, because going to the grocery store is kind of a lot. You know, like my mom lives close to a grocery store too, actually, and so like she is so close that she's able to just like go to either one of them just about every single day and just grab stuff. That's not the case for me. I live like 13 to 15 miles away in either direction from a grocery store. So like driving all that way and then like having to like do all the grocery shopping in person is a lot. So yes, ordering them online with my shitty satellite internet and then going to pick them up is so much easier. I know it's lazy. If I lived in town, I wouldn't do it. If I lived in town, I'd go to the grocery store whenever I fucking felt like it, because it'd be there, right there. Live in the middle of fucking nowhere. Tiny little pocket of nowhere. I love it. But I do miss living in Austin. I watched that documentary, or it was like an ABC 2020 or some shit, about, what's his face? Perlman. Right, and all of his boy band groups and artists that he just abused, screwed over, and you know, I find it interesting that after all of that, Nick Carter is still worth. I mean, I don't think he's really done much in recent years. I think he's pretty good. I think he's got a family. I think he's set. That's what it seems like to me, as far as I could tell. I know he got into speedboat racing in 2002, because I looked at his Wikipedia page, and speedboat racing had its own section. But I do find it very interesting that after all of their success, Nick Carter is still worth like over $20 million, and Aaron Carter is worth $400,000. Have I talked about this already to the camera or to a person who didn't care? Either way, same thing. You don't care. I just think it's interesting, so I'm talking about it. I think it's really sad. Who are the people around him? Because when you're at the point where your own siblings have restraining orders against you, who the fuck is around you? Who's co-signing your bullshit? Do you know what I mean? One of the many times in high school that I got in-school suspension, and I was like, I don't want to go to in-school suspension. So I just went to class instead. And after third period, someone came and grabbed me and was like, no, you're going to in-school suspension. And in-school suspension basically, like, you know, you're all partitioned off like voting booths and you're supposed to do work, but like you don't really have any work to do, so you just kind of stare at the desk and learn nothing. It's a great teaching practice. Way to go, Austin Independent School District, and any other school district who employs that tactic. But the only way that you could actually talk to anyone is if you talked to the in-school suspension monitor, right? So basically, only talking was done if everybody kind of had a conversation through the teacher. I remember one day, like, another teacher or a hall monitor came in to, like, you know, watch us for a second so the ISS teacher could go to the bathroom. And she reached a desk drawer to grab a pen and went, it's sticky in here. And the ISS teacher just went, oh yeah, some syrup got loose in my desk. And like, just walked out of the room. She was funny. I mean, she was serious though. I don't know why she put syrup in her desk. She must have had a package of it that did get loose in her desk. But the way she just said it so casually still tickles me to this day. There was also another time, I have a friend who's got an interesting last name, and she couldn't pronounce it, so she called him Babizquick. That's not his name. Babizquick. Like the biscuits. Maybe to go with her syrup, who knows. Beautiful. I'm fucking gorgeous. Anyway, she told Babizquick, you gotta watch out, kids. You gotta stay out of trouble. Stop getting put in in-school suspension. Because them bullets don't have names on them. But they gon' get you. Which was an interesting thing for her to say to a bunch of students who lived in Old West Austin, Tarrytown, and Travis Country. Neighborhoods that cops do not patrol. Another time that I got in school suspension, I didn't feel like going, and the time before that I'd gotten pulled out of class and stuck in it. I decided I don't want to go to ISS, so I'm just gonna skip the entire day of school and like go hang out and smoke weed in the hike and bike trail. Turns out that like if you get 1 day of in-school suspension and you skip the entire day of school, they give you 5 days of in-school suspension. Again, you learn nothing. Why do they think that's an appropriate punishment? God. I don't know how school works for some people. It didn't work for me. I'm actually kind of still amazed that I graduated at all. I left Austin High, loyal forever, loyal for about 2 years. And yeah, I transferred to a high school that was self-paced. They didn't have any campus police. They didn't have bells between classes. You were just supposed to be accountable. And when they tell you, hey, we trust you to be accountable, people like me are like, oh, okay, well, I can do that. So you went to class, you signed in. Teacher didn't even look up or care. You were given your syllabus and a textbook. They'd say, you know, hey, if you need help with anything, I'm available. So yeah, basically, you just did your work and turned it in, and if at any point you were like, oh, I'm having a hard time with this, you would just go ask for help, and the teacher would come sit down next to you and help you individually. I was an entire year behind when I started my junior year. I burned through 2 years of high school English in 3 months, dude. So yeah, I transferred to a different high school almost an entire year behind, and I still graduated a semester early. So shout out to Gonzalo Garza Independence High School. it's part of AISD, so I shouldn't have knocked them earlier. But they out you. It's probably changed. They probably finally couldn't get away with being so cool anymore, but